the Madman! Welcome to the second Titan reveal video today. I already covered most of the cards because I had the reveal video for the Death Knight cards. And there are just a few more Death Knight cards. We also got one neutral card. And while the neutral card doesn't look like anything special, those who are more discerning might be able to see a combo and a potential deck in the brewing. So let's take a look at Storm Giant, 8 mana, 8/8 neutral epic card with Taunt. Forge, cost 2 less, can be forged endlessly. So those without imagination take a look at this and are like, useless. 8 mana, 8/8. If you forge, which costs 2 mana, you make the card cost 2 less. And generally paying upfront for a card doesn't really matter. So no matter how you spin it, you're going to be paying 8 mana for an 8/8 with Taunt. How boring. But the thing that may really make Storm Giant playable is this Forge deck. If you've pre-forged Storm Giant a few times, then you can play your Melted Maker and then forge your Storm Giant and then get 2 copies of a 0 mana 8/8 with Taunt. Let's picture turn 9. You play your Melted Maker, then you forge your Storm Giant, then you forge your Storm Giant, then you forge your Storm Giant. You just created 3 8/8s for 2 mana each. So I think that actually is pretty interesting. I think it has possibilities. I think the baseline isn't too bad, even if you have no synergies. You know, control decks can do the turn 2 forge, turn 3 forge, turn 4, play the Giant. It's got Taunt, but there is the value proposition with the Melted Maker. We got Frozen Over, 2 mana, 1 Frost Rune, a Frost spell. Both players draw 2 cards. Your opponent cannot play them next turn. Now, Death Knight can already draw 2 cards for 2 mana, and spending a few corpses. So the real question is, do you want your opponent to also draw 2 cards? And the answer is, even with the Plague package that is in Death Knight, I don't believe speeding up their draws is actually worth giving them 2 actual cards. Just play the 2 mana, draw 2 instead. You got Northern Navigation, 2 mana Frost spell, 1 Frost Rune. Discover a spell from your deck. If it's a Frost spell, freeze a random enemy minion. This is the Priest Shadow Visions with an upside, in that if you discover a Frost spell, you also get a freeze enemy minion card. So good card if you're, especially good card if you're looking for a specific spell. But I'm not entirely sure that Death Knight is looking for any particular spell. The 2 mana tax is heavier on decks that are not the control variety, and I think that the deck archetype that I revealed does not need to discover any particular spell in their deck. Not sure I see a use for Northern Navigation at the time being, but Shadow Visions did see play, and this is better Shadow Visions, so I feel like that's just worth noting. And you've got Eulogizer, 3 mana, 3/3, runeless, so any deck can run it. Battlecry, spend 3 corpses to deal 3 damage. Forge, gain them instead. I think the way to look at it is it's either 3 mana, 3/3, deal 3, but spend 3 corpses, which is mediocre. Or it's a 5 mana, 3/3, gain 3 corpses, deal 3 damage, which is also mediocre. I mean, it's a runeless card, you can fit it into any Death Knight deck, but I'm not sure any Death Knight deck actually wants it. So there you have it. Quick video this time around because, you know, I already did another video. Most of the times there's gonna be just one video covering all the class cards going forward. So looking forward to 10 more classes to analyze.